Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Last session, we did look into the crash here from placing the beacon and the replay and exiting it, and then it would crash the game. So that is fixed. I'm happy with the fix. There's just one more thing that maybe we can improve here. I'm not a fan of using in-out argument. I think it's better to have a to have a struct return the results. Let's just add a new struct here. Struct callback commands results. And we say has clear data message. Then we set that to false. We need to as a boolean. Then we return that here. Then we remove that. And then we take that here, results, remove that and that, callback commands, and then we return that here. Results, return results, return result. All right. Okay. Results. Okay. I think that's a little bit cleaner. Okay, let's launch that and test it one more time. Okay. Okay. Exit. Very good. Okay, cool. That works. Now, Okay, then yeah, let me reset this change, and we create a new branch. And we call that fix replay beacon crash 2. So that is for 0 hour. Fix fix crash when exiting replay while a player places a beacon. Fix crash when exiting replay playback while player places a beacon. Okay. Then the next step is replicating this to generals. Yeah. Then we take this hash and put that one in here. Okay, and that. Replicates in generals. Okay. Push. Good. So let me add to replay, which we have. Images replace. Data replace. This one. Play beacon crash frame 115. We make it a zip file. Attached replay that crashes when exiting the replay playback at frame 115. Logic frame 115. The crash happens in, we have the call stack here, in, let's say, just call stack. Let's see, exception. offending code. So that was get logic here. This one. So this is message place beacon, right? Okay. This function is way too large. They should have made it small, nice functions and not this huge. What the hell? That is outrageous. That is outrageous. Yeah. Dot dot dot. CPP. Crash. Crashes here when get player template is null. Get returns null. Can we put that in here and fix the tabs a bit? So that they look nice. There we go. Preview. Crashing codes. Good. So we have pushed that guy. Yeah. Let me. Put this here. So this is gen zh fix crash and exiting replay playback where a player places a beacon. Fix the game crash when exiting the replay, exiting replay playback where a player places a beacon. The crash does happen. Crash does happen in does occur in game logic dispatcher, but the root cause of the problem already starts earlier. The core issue is that the what is it called? That the recorder, that the recorder class can still push commands to the command list before the final message clear game data is processed in the same frame. Can still push replay commands to the command list before the final message clear game data is processed. To end the match is processed in the same frame. Do we have a call stack of that? Yeah, we do have this one here. Call stack for when message clear data is processed. Code for when message is processed. Message place beacon is appended when let's go to game engine, no, game logic update. Updates. So it's this one here. Oof. CPP. Okay. Let me actually paste that here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. Then we say here, pushes message place beacon, pushes message place beacon in the last frame. Processes message clear data, resets, calls game logic, reset, then processes message place beacon, then crashes the game. Which deletes all things. Solution. Stop appending replay commands after message clear game data commands was appended. The null crash does occur in that, but the root cause of the problem already starts earlier. The recorder class can still push replay commands to the command list before the final clear game data. Is processed in the same frame. Will destroy the match session. Good. Labels crash. It's not a critical issue. It's very rare that you run into this crash, so I would say it's a minor crash. There. It's also not critical because it just happens during replays, as far as I'm aware. So it's not critical as for like, if it happened on exiting match, then maybe, but exiting replay, yeah. It's not the core game loop, right? Good. Crash, bug, yeah. Gen, ZH, yeah. Fix crash when exiting replay where player places a beacon. This is for stability. Fixes that. Okay. Good. Good. Then we got that. Next, regarding this fixed replay beacon crash, this one, I do wonder, does it still make sense to test for templates, player template? Let me see. Get player templates. This one doesn't. Maybe we should still check for null, just in case. Yeah. Just in case. This player. What does this refer to? Get nth player. Get nth player. Okay, so we expect that this is not null, at least that, yeah. I think it still makes sense to test that the template is not null. Yeah. Yeah. What about the delete beacon then? Remove beacon. Beacon. Get controlling player. I think a good thing we could check for if there is other codes calling get player template. How do they deal with this? Do they also check for null or not? Let's see. Yeah. It certainly is, yeah. There's some tests, yeah. Like here, for example, right? Yeah. Then I would say if that code tests, then we should test here as well. What about this one? Remove beacon. Well, this one would certainly return null. Right. Beacon. Controlling player. My team. My team. Get controlling player. Owning player. I would say we protect both with null. Get player template, yeah. Get beacon template. Oh, beacon. Bah. Okay, let's go to this guy here. Player template. No. Break. Oh man. Remove beacon. I would say we put if controlling player. The owner is telling it to go away. Such is life. What does this comment? Life wisdom. Okay. Okay, so what we can say is if I think for now I will put a assert debug assert crash. I think we can expect that there get controlling player. Beacon is expected to have controlling player. Do we really need to assert then? I mean, we crash. Crash. Debug assert crash. I would say we just leave it. Yeah. Yeah. Or not. Let me search for other calls to get controlling player. Get controlling player. I see there are no null checks. Well, here's one null check. No, not. I don't see null checks for get controlling player. There's a lot of calls to that. There's a null check for controlling. There's some, but looks like most of them just dereference happily. We don't have evidence for a crash here, so let's just put the fix here and see what that does for us. Okay. This chain fixes a game crash when exiting fixes a crash. Fixes a game crash when exiting the game while a player places a exiting a replay playback. Exiting replay playback while player places a beacon. 2. Fix crash and exiting replay. Relates to that. Crash, bug, minor. This change is not strictly necessary with 971, but it looks reasonable here to always test null. Always test null. Other code places also test for, what is it? Also test for get player template. For robustness. Okay. I can also put that under stability fixes. Good. And we got that. Next, I would like to do a follow-up change for one more stash we have here. This one here. Yeah, which is quite a bit bigger change, and I am afraid that we will cause merge conflicts. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Okay. Is this the only one? Yeah. Visual laser radius. Visual laser. Oh boy. Updated per client. Damage radius. So basically we have moved it out of here. How about we just accept this? Yeah. And then we simply check the diff and go from there. Okay. Okay, I first need to like understand again what was happening here. Will cause mismatch. Will cause mismatch. So the beam, set crash beam. Beam. Scotch radius is this one. Okay, so let me search for this here. Okay, I'm a bit surprised that we have 2 matches for this. How did that happen? Okay. No idea. Okay, so here we put this visual, this. If defined, repeat. Update init laser. Then this goes here. Logical laser radius. Okay. Okay. Beam. Okay, so we search for the beam and we expect that we find it, but only if we have this and if okay, same here. So the visual laser radius, visual laser radius. visual laser radius 0. Visual laser radius, it's the side here. Okay, I think this looks correct, yeah. Data. I wonder if we should in debug.h include common debug. Yeah. How about debug crash? Debug is set crash. How about we include here game defines, and then we say here define debug assert crash retail compatible CSC. It's quite a bit long, but I guess it's fine. So that would be void 0. Let's also put a crash. Okay, and then here Release crash. Now here we say define same shit. Actually, hold on, it shouldn't be there. It should be here. If defined, retail compatible CSC, and if else and here it should say debug crash and here debug assert crash C yeah. Now the question is, why is this not compiled in? Because we cannot find it. Okay. Why not? Include common. Where's this? Include core. Game engine, include common, game defines. Why is this not found? Maybe we need to say common. Okay, I think that will do. Okay. And then we go back to this one here. And we do assert debug crash, retail compatible CSC. There you go. Actually, do we need this here? If we have these two, this will already mismatch down here. So if one of these mismatches, then this also mismatches. So I don't think that these are necessary. Yeah. I think we can skip on this. Okay, and this one, I think then here we also don't need it. Yeah. Or should we have it just in case? Let me think about it. I have a better idea. This template laser radius. How about we set it to the value that we get from the actual template? And then we can actually also test if the laser still correctly works if we wouldn't have a beam. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, let's compile this. What about this one? Has he processed? Yes, either move them to separate commit, separate change, or just remove the comments. Only the actual fix needs to be marked. Can be marked as bug fix. The others are just side quests for robustness. Okay, I'm curious if we can get it to work. So the hope is that we can totally eliminate the beam, the laser beam, the visual beam, and the damage still works 100% correct. Oh, we got a lot of compile errors. That's not good. For starters, let me compile our generals, because that just causes confusions at this stage. Oh, hold on. Okay, so we got some errors here. Oof. Okay. So it cannot include common game defines. Okay. Well, that is kind of unexpected. Yeah. I think because these the double download here. Yeah, so I think the problem is that well, now the question is, how do I get the search menu here? This one. CMake lists. Right? Okay, CMake lists in Vegas. Vegas. Oh. downloads. Download sees download. Download Vegas. Oh, I can't remember how this is supposed to work. Oh boy. Maybe this one here. Public. Yeah. Maybe Core E Game Engine Public. Okay, www Vegas. 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 Let me think. Okay, how does how can Vega see common debug.h but not common game defines.h? How's that possible? Okay, let me do this. That should, maybe that works. No, it doesn't. Okay, that is really strange. That is strange. Yeah. Why is that? Debug.h. Ah, because it's in core. So it can see generals MD, but it cannot see core? Aha. Then hold on. Is the issue maybe that if we go to game engine, target link libraries, core E, it's public. Game engine is public. Oof. Oh man, what is the problem? Oh. I'm not sure what the problem is. Core Vegas. Core Vegas is okay. Game Engine Public. Yeah. Interface. Yeah. Link libraries. It also has include directories. Include. So we should see that include directory. I don't understand why it cannot see this. Oops. I didn't mean to press that. Why is this erroring? So somehow www Vegas cannot see this include file. And it's not clear to me why. It's not clear to me why. It cannot see it. Why not? Why? I don't know. Oh, probably some super stupid reason again. Game defines. Yeah. It's in core. Okay, www node is in core. Core www download. Yeah. But it's an interface, okay. So the real one is the real one is download here, this one. GI game engine includes. Aha. GI game engine include. Hold on. GI game engine include. Yeah. I think we need to include more here. So there is game engine. Game engine device include. Yeah. I think what we need to do is save. Yeah. GIOS. So I think the way to fix this is to also add core here, but it's in a different folder, isn't it? Maybe we need to put here target link libraries, include interface, and then core E game engine private public. Yeah. Could that work? Let's do it for 0 hour first. So we're looking at this one. Ah, Jesus. And then core E game engine public. Let me look at Does this also have a core E game engine include? Do we have that? We don't. Core E include. Public. Include. Yeah. I don't think we are meant to link libraries here with this one. Is this one here still used? It's actually not used. Set E main. We somehow need to refer to the other include directory from core. or I have another idea. So let's see where this is used. Just a few places. Okay. Let me see. I'm not sure. So what we could do is we take this and we go to core. Core, yeah. This one. Yeah. So here we have these guys. So maybe we also need game engine. So maybe we do here core E. There we go. Okay. Okay. That could work. Then we go to ZE, game engine includes. And then here we also include core I, game engine includes. Maybe that works. Let's see. Configure. Still have errors, okay. Yeah. WS3D2. Oh, it's missing somewhere else as well. But we fixed one of the errors, yeah. The one in download seems to be gone. But we have more errors. Okay. So it needs to be added somewhere else too. Let me search for this. So we got that and that. Let me delete this here. It's just distracting. Okay. World height map. Huh. Jesus. Aha. I don't know why this still happens. Core e-game engine included. Sounds like we should have that covered. Why can it not see those paths? So which library is it that fails? I still don't understand. Still don't understand this. What is the practical difference between that and that? I do not understand this. Save efforts. Uh-oh. No shortcuts. No shortcuts. Good. Let's get back to this one. Okay, game defines. Game defines. Okay. Okay, so WW Math. WW Math. Let's open that. WW Math. Vegas. Which project is this? 5 is building core math. Core math. Okay. Let's go to core math. Yeah. Okay. Okay, who is using core math? Who is using core math? WW Math. Yeah, Core Vegas. Interface. Interface Core Vegas. Core Utility. I don't know where this should be then. Let me see core. Like this maybe. I don't understand the problem. What about this one here? Core WW common. I don't see it. I don't see the problem. No. The thing is, how can it see common debug.h but not see common game defines? There's also MD. So it includes WW Math. Oh man. I don't want to hack it. I want to properly set it up. There needs to be one very specific place where we need to reference the correct include path. But I'm totally oblivious to where that is. Oh man. That's not good. That's not good. Core www common. It's not that. Can we see? I have an idea. Let me open Z5 core math properties. Include directories. Yeah. So it doesn't include game engine at all. But I suspect that that download does, right? Yeah, this one does. Includes code game engine include. And this one, core game engine include. So we need the same. I don't know where to look. Yeah. I don't know where to look for this problem. I don't know where to look for this problem. Yeah. It's somewhere hidden in the ether. Yeah. 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 We probably, I don't know. how does cardinal spline see? How does it see this but not the other? That's what I don't understand. Cardinal spline. So we have a Z, what is it? A Z5, ZWW math, right? Let me double check that. ZWW math. No, we don't. We have a core WW math. Maybe so we have ZI game engine. Maybe we need to search for this. We got this here, but that doesn't solve that either. To me, it looks like we can remove this one here though, and this one, and let's do it later. Yeah. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here. Oh man. Oh man. Shit. Game engine, private, public. Public, set game engine. Public. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know what the problem is. I have no clue. Core E libraries. That's unrelated. We can also comment this out, I think. Yeah. Target include directories. How can we... Okay, so what I would like to understand is when we build this core WW math, why is it happy with the other path? Yeah, so how is this happy with finding common debug.h, but it's not happy with finding the other common header, which happens to be in the core folder? Why is it happy to find that but not the other? It doesn't make sense, because here it also doesn't put game engine inside here. So either it finds both or none, right? It's not here. So how does it find the other one? It doesn't. It cannot find it. It's not there. So it shouldn't be able to find this file here that it's finding a compile error inside of. It shouldn't see that file either, as well. So how does that work? I don't understand. How does it see this file? How? How does it see this file? I think if we figure this out, then we also figure out why the other one is missing. If we understand how it sees this file, but there's no trace for how it sees this file. It just sees it, but no one knows why. That makes no sense. No one can see this file. What is this bullshit? It cannot see this file, but it can see the other one. So, core math wants to include this file. It sees a debug.h. It doesn't see game defines.h. Why? 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 Game defines.h. Cannot see it. Why not? It is there. I think the only thing that helps here is thoughts and prayers. Yeah. There's no common sense that will drive us to the conclusion of this. There's no common sense. To me, it just looks like magic right now. It's just magic. Yeah. I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't know. It doesn't work. Vegas. A fix here probably is to simply include to link this here, but I don't understand. I don't understand why that makes no sense. I'm pretty sure that this would avoid the problem, but like, how does it see? How does it see? How does it see this then? Let me open this file here. Okay. WW math. Is it maybe because of this guy? Always.h. How can it see one but not the other? It's somehow seeing one part of the engine but not the new part. I don't understand. Unless it's somehow hidden here in one of these guys in utility. Let me see that. No. No. Actually, hold on. Where's core utility? Define. Here. No. On that note, though, let's replace this one here. I don't understand. What happens in ZI www common Z? That includes this config. Right? If it was in common or something like this, then I would understand, but it's nowhere to be found. It's not in here. So what I'm seeing here is that it shouldn't even see this file. It shouldn't see the debug.h to begin with, but it does. And how does it do that? How does it see that file? How can we find that out? I don't know. It just sees it somehow. It's I don't know. I don't know. Core www is an interface, right? Or is it not? Core www. Wrong. Core www. Was that actual lib? Ah, Jesus. It's a static library. Okay, so it compiles on its own. And it claims it only has a dependency to www common. But that's not true. That's not true. It needs to see game engine. How did this ever work? I don't understand. How did this ever work? I have no clue. Include directories, that doesn't explain it. No. Maybe this one also doesn't explain it. No. www debug, what is this? No. www.lib. Man, how does it see this? Safe load. Private. Common. Private. I can't tell. I can't tell how it sees the other. So what I can try to do is here at the core I game engine include, and that probably will help. But I don't understand, like, this would require that core ZWW comment should also include link to Z game engine include, right? But it doesn't. So I don't see why this would need it and not the other. It doesn't make sense. It would have to be consistent. I really don't understand this problem, which is a bad sign. It's a really bad sign. It means that this one is probably not quite correctly or consistently placed. It's probably somewhere. So there's probably a plausible explanation for this, but it's so buried. We can't see it. We can't see it because it's not here. It's not here. It must be somewhere outside, but I don't know. It seems to be magic to me. Yeah, that's the best explanation I have. It's magic. Yeah. Yeah. Strange, yeah. So, will this compile or will we have errors? No, this compiles, which makes sense. But then I still don't understand it. I still don't understand. The former generates a compiler warning and the latter doesn't. There's no practical difference that I can see. Tree graph ignored. That makes no sense. Tree graph ignored. That's some stupid shit. This is such a random compile warning. Okay, so now if we look at core WW math, so now we can see it includes core game engine include, but it doesn't include the it doesn't see the other one. The I don't understand. It doesn't see the other game engine include. It must see it. I don't understand. How does this work? Okay, so it wants to use question mark n as a special symbol. How about rename it to kind is kind is unknown. Unknown. Strange. Okay. Refactor. Fix minor. Change does two different things. One is refactor, the other is a fix for something. Yeah, don't take a shortcut just because it saves time. Make it proper. Yeah. Okay, I still don't understand like how it's happy to just see this core include but not the other one. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, actually, it makes no sense. It shouldn't work. This shouldn't work either. And somehow it does, and I don't understand it. It shouldn't work. It just shouldn't work. Yeah. I don't know how this works. It somehow works, but to me that's black magic. Yeah. I don't understand it. It's not a good sign. Yeah. Not a good sign. Okay. At least what we can do is we can clean up maybe the ZI game engine include, right? So I think we can get rid of this one. Yeah, I think we can get rid of this one, and also these guys here, right? Yeah, they seem to be not used. So this one and that. What about this? That as well. And that as well. What about this? That is used. ZI always as well. That one is used. That one is used. Let's search for GI. Okay. Then Core I, game engine include. Okay. Device. Device. Now, I wonder, is this actually really necessary here, including these things? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Is this needed? No. Is this needed? Yes. www.debug. www.debug. Core. Okay, so can we remove this as well? Let's see. Let's enable generals and extras and tools. and debug. Let's see if we can spot any error here or if everything looks okay. Okay, let's try it. I really don't understand how it sees the debug.h in there. It makes no sense to me. It shouldn't see it, right? It shouldn't see it. It shouldn't see the debug.h, but it does. Okay, we still have error. Okay, so it's not resolved completely. Okay. Very strange. Very strange. Ah, yeah. Yeah, so W3D view also has troubles somehow. Tools. W3D view. Avoid linking game engine. Core stop. Core I. Game engine include. Core I. Game engine public. Maybe it was not sufficient to just put it here. Target link libraries. Game engine private. Game engine public. G game engine. I really don't understand why we have to include this here, but not the game-specific game engine include. I don't understand it. There's some linking step here that makes it obsolete, but it makes no sense to me. Like when we look here at ZW3D view, and we look at our include directories, we see no game engine include, and somehow that's fine, but not for core. And I don't understand how that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's absolutely bonkers. So I don't understand how this worked before. I don't understand how this even works now. I really don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. There's some magic to it. It says here, avoid linking game engine. I don't understand. I have to say this stresses me, this CMake's problem, because I don't understand it. It's really a bad sign that there's some absolutely bonkers setup. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Very strange. So, I mean, it can only be here in one of these things, right? So if you look at here, it could be in one of those. These. I don't see it. This one looks totally innocent. This one is totally innocent. Totally innocent. Private even. I don't know. GWW Vegas. Create game engine public. Basically, I would expect that this thing also needs to include GI game engine include, but it doesn't do that, right? For some reason. Doesn't do that. Okay, we have no compile errors, magically. Yeah. Strange. Very strange. Okay, but if it works, I guess we can't complain. We should also replicate this in generals. Release crash. Let's build again. Yeah. Strange. Very strange. It would be great if someone could explain me what the error is. I really don't understand it. It's ridiculous. The way I see it, it shouldn't build. It just shouldn't work. And it somehow works, and it makes no sense to me. Yeah, it makes no sense. Okay, let me search for this one here. Let's delete the junk. Clean up the trash. Okay, I think I will take a break here, and next session we create changes for these things. Oh no, we need to continue testing. Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, strange. Good. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.